Hey, what's going on? This is Andre from OnlySanders.net. Who is the hardest person or group of people to lead? Yourself. Something I picked up on listening to a podcast from Eric Worre where he was interviewing John Maxwell. If you know anything about John Maxwell, he's written a lot of books. When he was being asked from Eric Worre as far as how many books that he's written, he says well over 80. Is probably a lot more than that, but he's just giving that estimate. But he's always been real big on just that leadership. Because he also brought up a good point within the podcast as far as because it's easy to lead people, but the thing is about leading yourself. Can you lead yourself? Are you practicing what you preach? Or you're just saying this all, just basically doing all the, you just talking the talk, but not walking the walk. And that really is true in any parts of life. I remember also listening to another podcast from Robert Kiyosaki, where he's with his rich dad advisors, where he mentioned as far as like no, like really, if you want to find out about a person, just ask around as far as the people that they hang around with, like on an everyday basis. Like if somebody is married, you really get a chance to see, okay, like how this person is. Other than this meeting them for the first time or just for a few first times. You see what I'm saying? But it comes down to this again, going back to that point as far as how are you doing as far as handling yourself? Are you controlling yourself? Are you actually, like I said earlier, doing doing what you're saying? Other than this sounding all good, but then in the private, you're not really doing anything. You're like basically being a failure. You're not really actually taking time to actually stretch yourself. You're not actually growing. You're just making it all just sound good. And it's unfortunate that because of social media, people can sometimes get washed up into that as far as like having a whole bunch of like maybe just good quotes or whatever or throughout social media. But what about like in everyday life when you're off the internet? You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, thank goodness for personal development. It can help, and this is my own personal belief. It can help you as far as to grow, stretch, and just challenge old beliefs that you might have had, as far as really getting yourself into action. I know since being going to a handful of bits over the last few years in the home-based business profession, some leaders have also mentioned as far as just don't get in a personal development mode, meaning just sitting there reading all the books, listening to all the audios, going to conferences, but not taking any action. Let's say to help build your business. You see, it goes understood as far as actually do what some of the stuff that you're reading has really suggested or implied other than just saying all the right stuff. Like I said, maybe if you want to build up a good following, especially in the home-based business profession or any type of business of life, it comes down to also being practicing what you preach. Are you being consistent and persistent? That's another key thing as well. Not just changing ideas or not changing ideas, not just going about changing your mind so many times, but making a decision and sticking with it till it's actually done, point blank. You see, because that's one thing Napoleon Hill also mentioned in his book Think and Grow Rich, as far as successful people when they make decisions quickly, and then as far as he going the opposite of that, as far as people that pretty much are like basically the drifters, like he said in Outwitting the Devil, they're quick to make a decision. They're basically quick to change their mind. That's really what it's implying. It's basically opposite of the first part, you see. But also, too, when I picked up on a morning mindset call here a few days ago, successful people are also good at gathering all the information, then making a decision. Other than just not making a decision whatsoever, not taking any action whatsoever, which is also really true. And that's also what Napoleon Hill was really implying as well, because it really is true. It comes down to that. And this all leads as far as to lead yourself so you can be real good at leading people through influencing, just maybe through a thought, maybe just encouragement because you're encouraging yourself every day, you're motivating yourself every day. Like I said, you're growing, you're stretching, you're challenging some of your old beliefs, or just challenging yourself just every day because it's all in the process. It's really leading you. So this is something I want to leave you with. And if you got value for shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. I'd like to see this video. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.